and welcome to my channel, Everyday with Jackie. If this is your first time here, I hope you'll stay. And if you're returning, it's good to see you as always. This video is my Shop My Stash for the month of February. To be more precise, the last 2 weeks in February. And I have chosen all new products for my Shop My Stash. So if you're interested in seeing which items I will be using for the rest of the month, you'll have to keep watching. Okay, so I have just finished filming another video. That's the reason I have 2 different eye looks going on. So we just won't mind that at all. We're gonna just jump right into today's video. I'm sorry, I have my Invisalign in again. I'm sure I have forgotten something or left something out, but we'll try to make sure that when it's all said and done, all products have been accounted for. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I have pulled 2 foundations that I want to use. And the first one is the Maybelline Superstay. This is in the shade 356 Warm Coconut. And I went ahead and put this in my Shop My Stash because I do want to try to use it up some more. I've made pretty good progress, but I'm not there yet. Looks like I am right here. So I do want to try to go ahead and use this up. I know I will not be successful in using it up in the next 2 weeks, but I do want to make another dent in it. This really is not my perfect shade. It's a little too warm for me, but I make it work. So that's another reason that I want to use this up. And the next foundation is going to be the Revlon Colorstay. And this is in the shade 410 Cappuccino. And again, this is another product that I want to try to use up. There are some more foundations on the market or that are coming out that I want to, test out or just to incorporate it into my collection. This foundation, again, is not my shade. It's a little too dark for me, but looking inside the bottle, I am almost there, guys. Looks like I am about right here. So I do want to try to make another dent in this to use this up. I do have a replacement that's a little bit better of a match for me, and that is in the shade Walnut. It was in my Shop My Stash, my previous Shop My Stash, so for the first part of February. So I do want to make another dent in this so I can use this up. And as you know, I did a wear test for the Bite Beauty foundation. And it has this real long name, but it's the Bite Beauty foundation. So I did get a sample, and as I mentioned, they gave me quite a bit. Sometimes Sephora is stingy with the samples, but they gave me quite a bit, so I probably have at least a week's worth of foundation right here. And I do want to continue to test this out. If I notice anything different about the foundation than I did in my initial first impression of it, I will definitely be sure to let you know. But in the wear test, I really did enjoy using this foundation a lot. And I don't remember what shade this is. Let me see if I can find out real quick. Hold on. I do still have the paper on it that they gave me, but the shade is not written on here. Oh, yes, it is. So this says that this is the Bite Beauty. I think it's called the Micellar Change Maker Foundation. And it says that this shade is D150. And if I find out anything different, I will leave that below. But again, I do want to continue to use this sample size because I did like it a lot. Let's go with moisturizers. And for daytime, I do have this L'Oreal Revitalift Spf 25. I don't switch this out very often because of the SPF. But if I really wanted to, I could change it out to something else because this foundation does have SPF in it as well. So I may switch. Well, I'm going to keep this in for sure, but that just means that I can go in also with the Kiehl's. And this is the Ultra Facial Cream. That means I can go in and use this sample when I'm using this foundation. So I'll have some SPF, and then I'll use this L'Oreal when I am using the Maybelline Superstay, because this will be my SPF. I am keeping my Fenty Beauty Hydrating Primer. This was in last week's Shop My Stash, but I'm keeping it again because, you know, I did enjoy this. So this is going to be my hydrating primer. And for a primer that I have been wanting to use so badly, we are now having a chance to use our Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And it says it primes, moisturizes, and smooths. So I cannot wait to actually use this over a period of time. I've used it maybe for a look or something, but not over a period of time. So I'm excited to do that. It says it's an all-in-one primer and moisturizer. So we're going to test this out as well as the Fenty for my hydrating. Okay, so powder. I have pulled out my Fenty Beauty powder. And this is in the shade Nutmeg. So I will be using this as my face powder. And to go up under my eyes, I will be using my Too Faced Peach Perfect. And this is just the translucent. Like this powder a lot. Okay, so now I'm trying to think of the order that I do everything. So now let's talk about what we're going to use for bronzers. And I have pulled out my Morphe Glamour Bronze. It's in the shade Phenom. So again, Morphe Glamour Bronze in the shade Phenom. We're using this. And we're also going to pull out our Morphe. We're also going to use our Morphe Bronzer, and this is in the shade Showmance. Now, I did see a young lady, you know, I told you that this is just not one of my favorites. I did see a young lady said that she mixes them both together. We may try to mix it together. We just may wear it alone, but I am incorporating this right now. I'm saying this is going to be my contour. We'll see how it goes. Okay, and for blush, I have neglected this for so long. I know I just had it in a recent Shop My Stash, but I had neglected it prior to this for a long time. So I pulled back out my Coastal Scents blushes. Look at that. Aren't these beautiful blushes? And so I want to use these for I want to use this as my blush for the month, for the rest of February. And for highlight, I've taken out the Becca highlighter. And this is in the shade Topaz. And looks like I'm just going to use one highlighter for the month, for the remaining part of February. So we're going to use our Becca highlighter in the shade Topaz. Concealer. I'm taking out, so what you may want to know, for my Shop My Stash for the rest of February, I am incorporating some products that I don't even want to use. I have not been using them for a reason, and that reason is that I don't care for them whatsoever. So I will have a lot of products in this Shop My Stash that I just don't want to use, but I'm forcing myself to use them because, I mean, you saw in the other Shop My Stash, I didn't like some things, but when I found a way to use those products, I found myself liking them a little bit more. So this is the case with this Fit Me concealer, and this is in the shade Cafe. This is by Maybelline. I'm just not a fan of it. It looks good when I use it when I used to carve out my eyebrows, which I did that the other night, and I'm thinking, well, I really don't have time to do that when I get ready for work, but it looks good when you do it. This is what it looks like. So this would be, for somebody else, they may love the shade because they may want a brightened under eye, but I don't typically choose that look, but that's why I want to use it again to see if this is something that if I want to do a little bit more brighter under eye, because, I said I started to have some darkness underneath. And so I am trying to find a way to mute out the discoloration or the darkness. So I want to use this again to see if this is something that may help me get rid of the darkness. And like I said, it's not really matte, so it would be perfect for under the eye. I can't really remember what kind of coverage this gives, so I can't speak on that right now. But again, this still has not even dried down. But, I don't always mind that because I don't like something really matte. If this does not work out for me, I am putting my ColourPop in again. And that's because this is probably on its, not on its last leg as in how much is in here, but because I had this for probably over a year because I had the common theme, I had misplaced it. I don't know how much longer or what the shelf life is because it's already separating and I always have to, try to mix everything back in. So that's why I want to put it in here again, just to try to get some more use out of it. Okay, so that's what I'm using for concealers. For my lid primer, I am going to leave in my Milani eyeshadow primer because I have been enjoying that. But it doesn't mute out all the discoloration on my lids. And I don't really have a lot, but, I would like to make it an even canvas as possible. But I'm also going to put back in my MAC paint pot because I just want to keep using. I have a long way to go with this. I have a long way. So I do want to keep using this because I don't want to waste it. And I do enjoy this a lot. So these two items are going to be my eyeshadow primers that I will use. I am leaving in for under eye creams. I did find my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. Is this the right one? No, this is the one I'm supposed to take out. But I did find the one that was missing. This is it. This is the anti-aging one. Y'all, it was still in one of my Sephora bags. That's when you know you are doing too much shopping, when you don't even have time to empty the bag. But this was in there. So I knew I had one, and this is again the anti-aging one. So I did want to use this primer since I haven't used it in a while. So I think I am going to take out the Milani for now, since it was in my recent Shop My Stash, and I'm going to put this Urban Decay in and also use my MAC paint pot and my MAC paint pot is in the shade Painterly. For my under eye, do I have one or two? Two. So I still have my Renewing Eye Lifting Serum. And I told you this is a great product if I get little dry patches or if I have problems with my eye area. It's so emollient that it just nourishes it back to health. And so I'm going to leave this in. I didn't have any trouble the last 2 weeks, but I want to have this in just in case. And then I'm going to have my Nuria. This is from one of my Allure Beauty boxes. Can hardly see this, but this is Nuria. And it just says Triple Action Eye Serum. And it has mulberry root and ginseng. So I don't know what the benefits are for this, but I am going to try this underneath my eyes because you know I said when I use my L'Oreal, I have to have an eye cream underneath because I can't bring this too high because the SPF is so strong that it stings my eyes and makes them run. So the eye creams have really been working out, and I have really gotten a lot of use out of my eye creams. Sometimes I would have them in my shop, my stash, not get to them or use them once in a while, but I will use an eye cream every day now because I have to have it when I'm using my moisturizer. So that has become a good thing. For my pores, I think I just have one product that I'm going to keep in, and that is the Pore Blur. I'm not sure if I mentioned this or not, but this is by Makeup Revolution. I'm going to leave this in and try it some more. For mascaras, I'm going to have two, and that's going to be, I'm going to continue to use my Wonder Beauty. And this is the Mile High Club, and also my Essence Lash Princess. And this is the False Lash Effect Mascara. And this just helps me when I do my Shop My Stash rehash like I did today. That video is uploading right now, or is going through the process. And so, you know, like I said, this is two different eye looks. So when I do my Shop My Stash rehash, I could use one mascara on one eye and the other mascara on the other eye. So, but you already know both of these are my faves, so I really like those a lot. And I am going to continue to use it with the Lancome Cils Booster XL, and it's just a eyelash primer. And again, this is by Lancome. I do have this Bella Pierre Cosmetics, and I think this was in a BoxyCharm a long time ago, because I haven't had BoxyCharm in quite some time. And this is the what is this called? Corrector Palette. This is the shade that I would use right here, but this is the one that I will be using on the days that I use it. And again, that will go right here, probably right in here a little bit because I have a hyperpigmentation, maybe a little bit right here. And this is what it looks like. And you have to blend this out really well or it will show up underneath your foundation. So I'm going to incorporate this. Probably not every day, but it will show up from time to time on my face. For my brows, I'm just going to use the Chella Tantalizing Taupe Eyebrow Cream. And you guys have seen this. So this is the brush, and there's a powder on the other end. Just dip the brush in here, get some on there, and then I'll just brush it through my brows, and that helps with the gray hairs as well. So I really like this, and I think this came in one of my Allure Beauty boxes. Oh, and I did tell a story when I told you I was going to use the Coastal Scents as my only blush palette. That's not true. I'm also going to use this All Natural, and this is in the, it says it's a cream multi-stick, and I guess it's in the fragrance grapefruit. I got this in one of my Allure Beauty boxes. This is what it looks like. And this is just a cream blush, which is not in my comfort zone whatsoever. But like I said, I'm using a lot of stuff that I want to force myself to use. So it's just not sitting there going bad. This is what this looks like. And I'm going to swatch it. I have, and y'all, this is so pretty. That's what kills me. I really have some items that are so pretty and I just let them sit because I'm like, I don't use cream blushes, or I don't do, but this is so pretty. Kind of has like a, it's kind of like a peachy shade, but it looks like it has some gold in it. Isn't that pretty? I have been missing out. And I also have this Renewed Hope in a jar. I got this with my box, with my Allure beauty box. So I do want to try this. Probably will use this at night. So going to test that out. And then the only other thing I have in here is my Milani Pencils. Of course, they stay in there in case I want color. I have my Revolution Eyebrow Pencil. And I do think that I am going to also use it in conjunction with my, not in conjunction, but I'll be switching back and forth between that, between the Revolution Eyebrow Pencil and my Rimmel London. It's in the shade Black Brown or Brown Black, and this one is as well. So we'll be using both of these, which I keep in my cosmetic bag because sometimes I have to put my brows on at work. I also have the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil. And this is going to go in my waterline. And again, or I would use a color liner, which is why we have the Milani in here. For my powder in my purse, I'm going to put back in the BH Cosmetics powder, just in case I need to touch up while I'm at work. I think I have talked about everything except for my palettes. So I have two eyeshadow palettes. And you probably already know, the first palette that I do want to put in my Shop My Stash is the Amrezy palette. I liked it so much when I did the review of the palette in conjunction with the wear test for the Bite Beauty foundation. So this is what the palette looks like. And I just love this palette. It is so pigmented. And I only have used it one time, and that was when I created the look. So I do want to use it again. So it is going in my Shop My Stash, and you know this is kind of glitzy. And so I also have a everyday palette that I will be using. And that is the Tarte Unleashed palette. And it just has this slip. Comes with a big mirror. And can't tilt it very far because one of the shade, I think it's one of these greens that falls out. Still haven't glued it down yet. But this is the Tarte palette. It's a nice everyday palette with some little, like this green right here is gorgeous. Let me swatch that for you. And I really think this is the green that pops out. Oh, let me take this blush off. Dry my, this is the green. Oh, look at that, guys. Is that not beautiful? I mean, these shades are just so pretty. So I'm excited to use this palette again. And these are the two palettes that I will be using for the month of, or for the remaining part of February. Just so pretty. I hate to wipe them off. So I think that is everything with the exception of, and guys, I have a theme going of losing stuff, then finding it, losing it, and then finding it. I do want to use the Versali. Now I have tried this one, and I still have a little left in my little sleeve here, but where the rest of them are, I don't know. I will find them tonight, but I do want to try next this Unicorn Essence. See what this one is. So I'm going to open up the little sleeve of this one, and use it. And then when we do my Shop My Stash rehash, we'll be using it live so you guys can see it. So I'm gonna use up both of these, the sleeve, the rest of this, and then the Unicorn Essence. So I believe I have covered everything, hopefully. Okay, and for one final thing, I forgot to mention, also I want to put this back into my night routine. And this is my Night Bright by Drunk Elephant. I'm going to incorporate this back. And I don't think I mentioned these. The two Fix-Its. The MAC Fix-It. This is the one, this is the MAC Prep and Prime. And this is in matte. And this one is in, this is just a regular one. This is not a matte finish. And this one just has the fragrance of rose. So both of these are going in for the remaining part of the month. Okay, so I have covered everything with you. I think I have not forgotten, I hope I have not forgotten anything. So again, these are the products that I plan on using until the end of February, which February is a short month. So I'm probably not wearing makeup tomorrow, probably not wearing makeup on Monday because it is a holiday. So we will start using these products on Tuesday. So if this video doesn't go up until Sunday, it's okay because we're still not using these products until I return back to work, which will be on Tuesday. So if you like these types of videos, please give the video a thumbs up. I'm having a hard time with this Invisalign. You'll see I didn't have it on in probably my last two videos because I've been slacking again. But that's neither here nor there. So give the video a thumbs up. Let me know down below if you have any of these items that I'm going to be using for the rest of the month. And if you do have them, share with me how you like them, how you're not feeling them. You know, just let me know how you have incorporated some of the items because, like I said, some of them I'm forcing myself to use. And if you would, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and ring the bell so you'll know each and every time that I upload a video. And you can share the channel because you know I don't mind. And lastly, my friends, you know you're always welcomed and wanted here on my channel. And until the next video, I'll see you real soon. Have a good evening, everybody, and have a wonderful holiday. Bye-bye.